Welcome back to Bringers Bricks, everybody. My name is Ben. Last week we built the Lego courthouse. It was an awesome build, and if you missed it, please make sure to go check it out. I'll link it up here above. Now, getting the 5,800 pieces that it took to build the Lego courthouse out of our building station is now going to give us the ability to actually take a look at our most recent Lego hauls and Lego purchase, especially since it's on the larger side. Secondly, we're going to be taking a look at our second tier, changing the layout up top as well as adding support up underneath. And then lastly, we'll be taking a look at how we're going to maximize the space within our Lego room to display things like brick heads, minifigures, and other display sets as well. So let's take a look at some of our most recent Lego purchases. Now, if you've been following the channel for very long, we've been heavy into collecting and expanding the Lego city. So within the past few weeks, we've really been trying to diversify our collection and break into a few different realms, such as brick heads and minifigs. This was purchased on Marketplace, where it was 8 of our brick heads here for about, I think it was like $50. So it really wasn't too bad of a deal, and definitely something that, again, looking to expand our collection. We do have a couple Star Wars for all of our Star Wars fans. I know some people are trying to really push me to get into collecting more Star Wars. So we have just a few here, and I'm excited to, keep expanding. We have collected the Disney Series 100 and have it complete, and now we have Disney Series 2 complete, so we are moving on to Series 1. We have also added a couple things from the Lego store in-store, especially on the pad wall here with some 2x2 bricks. We have 4x6 blue plate, and then just a bunch of different tree elements in there as well. And then that leaves us to our last purchase. This was double VIP points weekend. Finally getting a chance to actually open this. I do remember what's in here, and I believe it's mostly, so we are looking to expand the roads on the second tier, so these are definitely going to help with that. And then we also have the Goofy and Pluto brickheads to add to our collection, and then also the Disney 100 series of brickheads. So in one of our last videos, we had a great question about potentially moving around some of our modulars on the second tier to cover up our access door over here in the corner. So I want to see if we move the Daily Bugle and the Sitcom Tower over here, if that will fully cover it up, or at least cover it up enough so that it's not as noticeable. Let's try it out. We have everything moved around on the second tier, and I think it looks pretty good. The one thing that I don't necessarily love is the fact that the Sitcom Tower did look really good over here on the edge, just because it is a corner modular. Now, the con side is it is a larger modular behind a larger modular for the courthouse. So didn't necessarily love that, as I did think that it kind of took away from the clock tower. But anywhere you're moving modulars around within the Lego city, there's going to be pros and cons. Obviously, the pro over here is the fact that it really does do a much better job of hiding that access door behind it. I do think the Daily Bugle overall looks pretty good, as it is going to be somewhat of a corner modular with the road that is going to cut all the way to the back wall there. But please let me know what you guys think of the new layout on the second tier there. I think overall it looks pretty good. Again, for the new layout that we've created, the road will run all the way to the back wall, and then we'll kind of T-intersect over here and kind of T back again to the back wall here, and then run all the way along to the edge. And we do have one more spot for a modular in the back corner there, and then we do still have open base plate in the corner back there as well. So definitely have 2 base plates left in the Lego city. Kind of crazy how the room has been taken up here. The one other thing I wanted to talk about is, in the past we have done a decent job of creating just a little bit more smoothness in between the transition between the 2 second tiers up here. But with all of the weight on this section here on the backside, it is actually causing the backside to drop down, and the front side is actually lifting up, as you can kind of see just a little bit of a lip here. So we are going to have to create a little bit more support just so that this here will sit all the way down. And then I do want to, again, continue to keep addressing the idea of putting some sort of wall here with, green elements on the front side to cover up a little bit more of the 2x4s and some of the emptiness that we have around the Lego city. So we will continue to take a look at that, but let's move on here. As we're walking around doing a little bit of Lego work here this afternoon, I have a little helper. What's up, little man? We gonna do a little Lego one? Oh, geez, good one. Yikes, hopefully that's not a wet burp, but hey, here we go. So, just a little update. It was a wet burp, but let's keep taking a look at some organization for the Lego room. The Lego room. Normally when we go into the Lego room, we primarily focus on the Lego city and the modulars, but what I want to focus on today is the fact that we have a lot of empty wall space within the Lego city. And we're going to start to be able to utilize that to organize not just sets, but also our brick heads and minifigures as well. And we have these two walls here that I want to use primarily for those two things, in the brick heads and the minifigures. So I want to take a look at some of the different options that we have and really how we're going to try to utilize this space to really maximize the amount of room that we have to display those types of things. Yes, everybody, we have plenty of room to display our minifigures and our brick heads, and I want to talk about how we're going to do that. And what caught my eye initially and what we're going to stick with is the small display shadow box frames. And I think it's a great idea. It's a great way to display something that is enclosed where you're not going to get a ton of dust on your minifigures and have to continuously clean them. And it's easy to display within your Lego city or Lego room. So let's talk about how we're going to do that within these shadow boxes and how we're going to, build everything together ourselves to try to save some money. So I love the fact that minifiguresdisplay.com does a great job of offering many different options. It's a variety of different sizes for different themes and everything like that. So it's a great option, $37.43. Honestly, not a terrible price. Again, that's pre-tax, that's pre-shipping, and the wait time is significantly longer than I thought it was going to be. And I'll let you guys kind of check that out yourself. It is a Lego affiliate, so again, you know that it's all going to be great quality, but definitely something that we're going to continuously check out ourselves. And as I mentioned, there's plenty of different options. You have, Looney Tunes, Muppets. It's very detailed and it's very designed towards specific themes, which is so cool, everybody. But we're going to try to do it ourselves, and I'm going to tell you how we're going to do that. Lastly, there are other great options, obviously, as far as like Disney goes. We collect a lot of Disney minifigures. This will be cool. It's a great open display, circular frame that, again, you can put up in your Lego city. Only thing for me is it's a little bit bigger. I want to keep it a little bit smaller to just kind of keep everything a little bit more condensed. And it's also not enclosed, so you're going to be getting more dust on your minifigures and having to clean them. The pieces that I found that are the easiest and the cheapest is actually at Michael's. Michael's is having a huge deal right now for 9x9 shadow box frames where it's $8.74 per shadow frame box. I know it doesn't sound like $2 to $5 cheap, but it is very cheap in comparison. 9x9 is not necessarily a typical. It is a dimension that's semi easy to get, but it does tend to go at a higher price. These are usually $24.99. Got them for $8.74. I love it. I'm excited to save a little money there. And once you take that cushion or that cloth backing off, it actually gives you, instead of 1-inch working display, it'll give you about 1.3 to 1.6, which is what the minifigure display website is recommending. Now, backer board, super easy to get. You can get it at Michael's, you can get it at Amazon, but want to also talk about the technologist. He has these background displays that you can download and then print off. These are not necessarily to download, create frames, and then try to resell. So just make sure that you're using it for personal use, but we'll drop a link down in the description so that you guys can utilize this. Also, Walmart, we're going to be looking more at Walmart essentially for our brick heads to display those in the Lego city, just because it's easy, it's simple. We may look at acrylic displays to put on top of that, but that's kind of our overall goal for that. Pretty simple. One of the last things I want to talk about is just Rakuten. Make sure you're using Rakuten. Use our link down below in the description. Once you spend $30, you get $30 essentially for signing up. But please go check out our new website that we have, everybody. It's talks a lot about Biggersville and our Lego city. So does a great job also talking about my kids, and then also just Rakuten, giving you that link to sign up as well. So let's finish up this video. It is time to start wrapping things up, and thank you everybody for stopping by. I apologize if it sounds like I'm losing my voice. It's probably because I am. We went to a Thomas Rhett and Cole Swindell concert last night, so I'm still recovering a little bit today. But please make sure to drop in the comment section down below, everybody, if you like the new layout of the Lego city, if there's things you would change. Also, if there's anything that you guys are looking forward to upcoming about completing some of these shadow boxes to create more of a display for our minifigures, as well as some of the different shelving that we're going to be using for our brick heads. But thank you so much for stopping by. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more content. Have a good one, everybody.